Have you ever heard of Svalbard, nicknamed the end of the world or the land where you cannot die? Svalbard is an archipelago in the Arctic, belonging to the northernmost part of Norway, hiding secrets that every tourist longs to discover. A captivating wilderness where people immerse themselves in the majestic nature and experience things that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Imagine a completely different world, where the sun shines 24 hours a day in summer, where the winter nights stretch endlessly with the magical light of the aurora borealis, where giant icebergs stand tall like giant sculptures, where polar bears stroll leisurely on white snow. Svalbard is the perfect picture of a wild, pristine and mysterious world. Svalbard holds countless secrets waiting for you to explore. Get ready to discover the 15 strangest things about the Svalbard archipelago. Number 15. The place with the law against dying. Longyearbyen is the centre of Svalbard with a population of around 2,000 people. This is a popular destination thanks to its strange law. It is forbidden to die. It sounds strange, but it's true. The reason for this unique rule is due to Svalbard's harsh climate. The place is immersed in cold all year round, with long winters and heavy snowfall. This makes it extremely difficult to bury bodies. Moreover, the land in Svalbard has a permafrost layer, which prevents human bodies from decomposing completely. Burying bodies in these conditions can lead to environmental pollution and affect public health. Around 1917 to 1920, the town of Longyearbyen was hit by a terrible epidemic, and after 13 years the authorities realized that the bodies of the victims who had been buried were still intact. Fearing a new wave of pandemic, they decided to close the cemetery and ban further burials. The crosses still lie in the cemetery as a memorial. Since the 1950s, the local authorities have announced that they will not accept new residents and require terminally ill patients to be transferred to Oslo, over 2,000 kilometers away. A monitoring team was established to monitor the implementation of this regulation. If a resident becomes seriously ill or frail, they will be taken to mainland Norway for treatment or pass away. Sudden death is one of the acts classified as a violation of the law. The town's small cemetery has been closed for burials for over 70 years. There is no nursing home or hospital on this island. Pregnant women must also leave the island a few weeks before giving birth and only return home when the baby is born. In addition, this rule does not apply to people who die in accidents. In this case, their bodies will be taken to the mainland for investigation and burial. The law against dying in Svalbard may seem strange and even difficult to understand to many people. However, this is a reasonable and necessary decision to protect public health and the environment in the harsh conditions of the Arctic. What do you think about this law? Please leave your thoughts below. Number 14. Where you can live and work without a visa or residence permit. Svalbard is a unique destination with many strange things, including a visa and residence permit exemption policy for everyone. This means that you can come to Svalbard to live and work without having to apply for any paperwork, as long as you have the financial means to cover your living expenses and meet basic health requirements. The reason for this visa-free policy stems from Svalbard's special history and geography. The archipelago is under the joint management of Norway and 49 other countries under the 1920 Svalbard Treaty. This treaty stipulates that Svalbard will be a free and demilitarized zone, open to everyone to live and work. The visa-free policy has attracted many people from all over the world to Svalbard to live and work. There is a diverse community with many different cultures and languages. However, it should be noted that living and working in Svalbard is not easy. The climate here is extremely harsh with long and cold winters. The cost of living is also very high. Moreover, job opportunities in Svalbard are mainly concentrated in the mining, tourism and scientific research sectors. Therefore, you need to have high skills and appropriate expertise to be able to find a job on the island. But if you come to Svalbard, you will be able to explore the majestic wilderness, experience diverse cultures, and enjoy the freedom that no other place can offer. What do you think about living in Svalbard? Please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Number 13. More polar bears than human. Located in the north of Norway, The Svalbard archipelago is known as the Kingdom of Polar Bears. It is home to over 3,000 polar bears, a number far exceeding the island's population of only 2,900 people. Svalbard has a harsh climate with long and cold winters, making it an ideal habitat for polar bears. Year-round snow and ice provide an abundant food source for these large animals, including seals, walruses and whales. Tourism in Svalbard offers visitors the opportunity to experience the unique wilderness and see polar bears in their natural habitat. However, visitors must adhere to strict safety regulations to ensure their own safety and protect polar bear habitat. Visitors should be prepared to encounter polar bears anywhere when they come here. They are very common in winter. In the summer, polar bears migrate northeast. Although they mainly eat seals and fish, this animal will still attack humans. They weigh from 200 to 800 kilograms. Even those weighing around 100 kilograms can be dangerous to humans. Since 1973, international law has banned hunting, feeding, or harming polar bear habitat. Therefore, in Svalbard, hunting is basically illegal. In addition, when visiting Svalbard, remember to always travel in groups. Never go alone in the wilderness, as polar bears can attack humans. Rifles are essential protective gear when traveling in Svalbard. You can rent guns at tourist stations. It is also necessary to avoid approaching polar bears at close range, as they can become aggressive. Number 12. Allowed to carry guns outdoors in Svalbard. There is a unique rule in Svalbard that makes it different from the rest of the world legally. You are required to carry a gun when you leave the settlement. In a 2012 law, the then governor of Svalbard required anyone going outside to be equipped with a means to ward off polar bears. This means that carrying a gun or other items such as flares is acceptable. This is one of the few places where tourists will see mothers pushing strollers while wearing rifles on their backs. But the reason for this rule is very reasonable, as it stems from the potential danger from polar bears. Svalbard is home to over 3,000 polar bears, more than the population of the archipelago. Polar bears are dangerous predators, and encountering them in the wild can have serious consequences. However, many supermarkets do not allow customers to bring guns inside. To shop, you can leave it in the gun cabinet outside. Additionally, while carrying a gun may be intimidating to some, it is a necessary precaution to ensure the safety of residents and visitors in Svalbard. Guns are considered a self-defense tool in the event of a polar bear encounter, helping to deter or even kill the animal if necessary. However, carrying a gun in Svalbard also comes with strict regulations. Visitors must have a valid hunting license and must take a safety course on how to use firearms before traveling to Svalbard. In addition, the carrying of firearms must comply with transportation and storage regulations, ensuring the safety of oneself and others. The enforcement of this regulation is also strictly enforced. Svalbard has a dedicated police force that patrols the wilderness and checks compliance with the gun-carrying regulations. Visitors who violate the regulations may be fined or even deported from Svalbard. Number 11. People live completely in the dark. Interestingly, Svalbard is located at the northernmost tip of the Earth and possesses a unique natural phenomenon. The sun does not set for 4 months, and darkness covers the other 4 months of the year. This phenomenon is called midnight sun and polar night, and is the result of Svalbard's special geographical location. Due to its location within the Arctic Circle, Svalbard has a large tilt of the Earth's axis, causing the sun to never fully set in summer and never fully rise in winter. In the summer, from April to August, the sun appears in the Svalbard sky 24 hours a day. The bright sunlight creates an extremely beautiful natural landscape, attracting tourists from all over the world to visit. However, in winter, from October to February, Svalbard is shrouded in complete darkness. Currently, the sun does not appear above the horizon for 24 hours a day. Darkness envelops everything, punctuated only by the moon, stars, and artificial light. However, it is also at this time that the midnight sun phenomenon occurs in Svalbard, creating a magical and illusory optical effect. This is the ideal time to admire the aurora borealis, a dazzling light show in the sky caused by the collision of charged particles from the sun with the Earth's atmosphere. Svalbard is an ideal destination for those who love to explore unique nature and experience strange phenomena. Visitors can participate in many exciting activities such as hiking, skiing, kayaking, mountain climbing, and wildlife watching. However, it should be noted that travelling to Svalbard in winter can be difficult and challenging. Long days and nights and lack of sunlight can affect the health and spirit of visitors. Therefore, visitors need to be well prepared physically and mentally before coming here. Number 10. Ban on keeping cats. Are there any cat lovers here? Please comment below, because cat lovers will not like living in the Svalbard archipelago. The Svalbard archipelago is known for many strange things, one of which is the law against keeping cats. The reason for this ban stems from concerns about Svalbard's native ecosystem. Feral cats can prey on seabirds and other small animals, affecting the ecological balance of the area. In fact, the authorities consider cats living here to be at risk of spreading rabies and echinococcus, which can spread to other animals and pets. While this reason may not sound very reasonable, it is precisely the main reason why cats are banned. Due to the harsh climate of Svalbard, infectious diseases can spread quickly and are difficult to control. The ban on keeping cats in Svalbard has been in place since 1977. Since then, it has been illegal to own a cat on the island, and violators can be fined. However, there are some exceptions to this ban. For example, cats may be allowed to be kept at scientific research stations and military bases. The ban on keeping cats in Svalbard may be a pity for many cat lovers. However, this is a necessary decision to protect the fragile ecosystem of the area and the health of the community.
Number 9. No residence for unemployed people.
Another strange law in Svalbard is that it is not for the unemployed. The reason for this unique rule stems from Svalbard's special economic and social conditions. The economy here is mainly based on tourism, mining, and scientific research. Therefore, jobs in Svalbard are mainly for highly skilled and specialized people. If someone loses their job on the island, they may have difficulty finding a new one. The lack of job opportunities, combined with the high cost of living in Svalbard, can lead them to poverty and financial hardship. Moreover, Svalbard has a limited healthcare and education system. Without a job and income, it will be difficult for people to access these essential services. Therefore, the Svalbard authorities have enacted a no unemployment rule to ensure that only those who can afford their living expenses and support themselves are allowed to reside on the island. Number 8. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is a doomsday seed bank. Deep within a mountain on the island of Spitsbergen in the Svalbard archipelago, Norway, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, also known as the Doomsday Vault, is a secure seed repository designed to protect Earth's crop diversity from global catastrophe. The vault was built in 2008 at a cost of $9 million and is managed by Crop Trust, an international non-profit organization. The vault holds over 1 million seed samples from over 4,000 different crop species, representing about 85% of the world's food crop diversity. The seed vault is designed to withstand catastrophic events such as nuclear war, volcanic eruptions, or asteroid impacts. It is built 130 meters inside a sandstone mountain, protected by a thick layer of permafrost and able to withstand earthquakes and floods. The vault is maintained at a temperature of -18 degrees Celsius and low humidity, which helps protect the seeds from damage for centuries. The seeds are sent to the vault from seed banks around the world and are carefully packaged in airtight bags to prevent moisture loss and microbial contamination. Each seed sample is accompanied by detailed information about the crop species, its origin, and other important characteristics. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is a symbol of hope and international cooperation in protecting crop diversity and ensuring food security for future generations. The vault is a reminder of the importance of conserving natural resources and preparing for unexpected events that could threaten life on Earth. What do you think about this special seed vault? Please comment below. Number 7. Take off your shoes before entering the house. In Longyearbyen, Svalbard today, most hotels and attractions have a large row of shoes next to the door, reminding visitors to take off their shoes. This custom dates to when Longyearbyen was mainly a mining settlement, but today it helps keep the floors inside free of snow and ice. However, taking off your shoes in the house is not only practical in Longyearbyen, but also a common courtesy practice in many cultures around the world. Interestingly, taking off your shoes is not limited to private homes. In some places of worship, such as temples, pagodas, and mosques, people also take off their shoes before entering to show respect. By removing dirt and germs from the outside, taking off shoes helps maintain the sanctity of these sacred places. While taking off your shoes is not a mandatory rule in all countries, it is always helpful to learn about local customs before visiting a new place. This shows your respect for the local culture and helps you avoid embarrassing situations. Number 6. Svalbard has over 2,100 glaciers. Svalbard is like an ice desert made up of mountains and glaciers. Large areas of land are covered in ice all year round. Osfona is the largest glacier in Svalbard, covering part of the island of Nordost-landet. This glacier alone covers 8,120 square kilometers of land. The special thing is that there are more than 2,100 glaciers here, thanks to which Svalbard is known as the Kingdom of Glaciers, attracting tourists from all over the world to admire the majestic and unique beauty of the place. Glaciers in Svalbard are about 3,000 to 4,000 years old and are currently melting. What makes Svalbard an ideal destination for glacier lovers is that visitors can easily access and explore these giant ice masses. In the summer months when the snow melts, visitors can hike on the glacier surface, kayak among icebergs, or even participate in glacier mountaineering activities. Svalbard's glaciers are not only beautiful, but also have important historical and scientific value. These giant ice masses have held information about the Earth's climate for thousands of years. Scientists study ice samples to learn about past climate changes and predict future changes. What do you think about the glaciers in Svalbard? Please share your thoughts below. Number 5. There are more snowmobiles than people. An interesting fact in the Svalbard archipelago is that there are more snowmobiles than people living there. According to estimates, there are about 2,000 people living in Svalbard, while the number of snowmobiles is over 3,000. The reason for this discrepancy stems from the harsh climate and unique terrain of Svalbard. The area is covered in snow and ice all year round, making snowmobiling easier and more efficient than other modes of transportation. Snowmobiles are used for a variety of purposes, from everyday commuting to transporting goods and exploring. In addition, snowmobiles are an important part of the culture and way of life of the people of Svalbard. They are used for sports and recreation, as well as in traditional ceremonies. Locals often organize snowmobile races and festivals related to this mode of transportation. Svalbard is also an ideal destination for snowmobile enthusiasts and other winter sports enthusiasts. There are many diverse snowmobile trails to suit all skill levels. Visitors can join guided snowmobile tours or explore the trails on their own. On the other hand, owning many snowmobiles also comes with some challenges for the locals. Due to the harsh weather conditions, snowmobiles require frequent maintenance and repair. In addition, storing and managing a large number of snowmobiles requires a lot of space and resources. Number 4. Svalbard is one of the safest places in the world with almost no crime. The Svalbard archipelago is known as one of the safest places in the world with an extremely low crime rate. The reason for this safety stems from many factors. First, Svalbard has a very small population. With only about 2,900 people living on the entire island, the Svalbard community is very close-knit and everyone knows each other. This helps to minimize criminal activity. Second, the living conditions in Svalbard are quite harsh. The cold climate and lack of material goods make people appreciate what they have and do not want to break the law. Third, the Svalbard authorities apply strict security measures. Strict laws, an efficient police force, and a system of surveillance cameras installed throughout the area contribute to ensuring the safety of the residents. An interesting thing in Svalbard is that people hardly need to lock their doors. Due to the extremely low crime rate in the close-knit community, the people of Svalbard trust each other and feel safe leaving their doors open. Most of the crimes reported are bar fights. In 2018, Longyearbyen made headlines when an armed robbery took place at the local bank town's first dramatic incident of crime. The offender was quickly transferred to mainland Norway. Don't worry, you are very unlikely to encounter any crime during your visit. Svalbard's safety not only attracts tourists, but is also an important factor in the economic and social development of the region. Thanks to security, the people of Svalbard can live, work, and study in peace, contributing to building a civilized and developed community. Number 3. Own your own reindeer. Svalbard is home to a unique species of reindeer called the Svalbard reindeer. This species is a distinct subspecies that has adapted to the harsh Arctic environment. Svalbard reindeer are smaller than reindeer in other regions, with a shoulder height of about 1 meter and a body weight of 150 to 200 kilograms. Their thick, long fur helps keep them warm in the frigid winters, and their wide hooves help them move easily on snow and ice. Svalbard reindeer are also more cold-tolerant than other reindeer species, thanks to a thick layer of fat under their skin. They have lived in Svalbard for about 5,000 years. However, a sadder fact in Svalbard is that these animals were almost hunted to extinction in the early 1900s until government programs came to the rescue. This reindeer species plays an important role in the Svalbard ecosystem. They are the main food source for polar bears, the top predator in the area. Svalbard reindeer also help control plant growth by grazing on grasses and leaves. Today, the Svalbard reindeer population is declining due to a number of factors, including climate change, hunting, and competition with other animals. Currently, there are only about 20,000 Svalbard reindeer left in the world. To protect this unique reindeer species, the Norwegian government has implemented a number of conservation measures, including limiting the number of reindeer that can be hunted and establishing nature reserves. Scientists are also studying to better understand the impact of climate change on Svalbard reindeer and to find solutions to protect them in the future. Number 2. Svalbard is a bird paradise. Summer is the ideal time to explore Svalbard, the archipelago located north of Norway, because this is when the archipelago becomes a bird paradise. As the snow melts and temperatures rise, Svalbard attracts millions of migratory birds from around the world to breed and raise their young. The diversity of bird life in Svalbard is something that amazes and delights visitors. Many bird species have been recorded living in Svalbard, including seabirds, waders, falcons, owls, and sparrows. Visitors can easily spot flocks of birds soaring through the skies, perched on cliffs, and foraging on the seashore. One of the favourite attractions for bird lovers is Smerenberg Bay, home to over 10,000 Arctic terns. Visitors can take boat tours to watch the giant terns soar through the skies and listen to their raucous calls. This is one of the best bird-watching spots in the world. Millions of birds are drawn to the Svalbard Islands each year due to their abundant food sources. With this abundant food supply, many different bird species can breed and raise their young relatively safely before migrating south for warmer temperatures during the Arctic winter. Birdwatchers should visit Svalbard in early May and June, when the ice melts and the tundra thaws. During this time, up to 3 million birds are nesting on the archipelago, most coming from mainland Europe and the UK. In addition, visitors can also visit nature reserves in Svalbard, which are home to many rare bird species. The Ice Jordan Nature Reserve is a great place to see white-tailed sea eagles, Jura falcons, and white geese. The Sawcap Nature Reserve is home to little auks and Arctic kittiwakes. Number 1. There are no green trees. Although this place is famous for its majestic natural scenery, with snow-capped mountains, giant glaciers, and winding fjords, however, what makes Svalbard different from other parts of the Earth is that there are no trees at all. Svalbard has a harsh climate, with long cold winters and average temperatures of only around -20 degrees Celsius. Summers are short and cool, with highs rarely exceeding 10 degrees Celsius. Rainfall in Svalbard is also very low, averaging only about 200 millimeters per year. The combination of cold climate, low rainfall, and permafrost, covering most of the area, makes Svalbard an extremely harsh environment for trees to survive. Most of the elements needed for tree growth, such as sunlight, water, and temperature, are all lacking in Svalbard. However, some small plants such as mosses, algae, and lichens can grow in Svalbard. They cling to rocks and cliffs, taking advantage of the limited light and moisture to survive. These plants play an important role in the Svalbard ecosystem, providing food for animals and helping to regulate the climate. Despite the lack of trees, Svalbard still has a unique natural beauty that attracts visitors from all over the world. It is an ideal destination for those who love adventure, exploration, and want to experience the harsh but majestic environment of the Arctic. So there you have it. We've explored 15 of the strangest things about Svalbard. What are your thoughts on this unique archipelago? Would you like to visit Svalbard and experience it for yourself? Is there anything else you'd like us to cover? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates from us. See you in the next video.